Welcome to Ken Coolman's Photoshop Lightroom tutorials for Jacob Rondo Bauer. To get a little familiar with Lightroom, here you have developing settings, and over here you have kind of like your organization. What I'm going to do, click Close Navigator. So we have some folders here. I have mine sectioned in a Macintosh hard drive and my external hard drive. This is where I keep all my shit. All right. And then you have things called collections, and you can organize collections based on various things. I generally take whatever program or whatever section of photos I'm going to be working on. So, like, let's say we went on a mountain trip and I want to fucking work on Castle Rock, right? I go to this, select all of these, new collection, create collection, name it, include, create, okay. And what that does is I can close this. I'm still accessing those files, but they're in a collection, which means that if I delete them, if I find a bad photo, I can hit backspace and it removes it from the collection, but it doesn't remove it from my hard drive. You know what I mean? You can also create smart collections where, like, let's say I went into my Castle Rock, okay, and I used P. I picked that as a flag. Okay. I can go in and make picks on all the best photos, create a smart collection based upon pictures that are in this file that are picks, and if I unpick it, it leaves a collection. Anyways. Okay, so you'll see here I have your shit in a collection. Those are the finished ones. So let me go back. All right. What I'm going to do is show you how I took this photo, which when I tried to crop it, it didn't do well. And I made it this photo. And it's super, super easy. Okay? Because you'll see, over here, develop. When I went over here to my crop tool, and your aspect is 1 by 1. When I cropped it, it cropped out this right here, which means it's not big enough. So I was like, fuck. So what I did is I took this photo, right-clicked, edit in Photoshop. Okay. I'm going to edit a copy with adjustments. All right, so that's going to open up here in Photoshop real quick. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to Command J, copy layer. So there's two copies of the same image, so I won't touch the background. Now I have a copy of this. I'm going to go to my crop tool. And aspect, I'm going to clear ratio. I'm going to go to the bar and I'm going to expand it out past where I think it needs to be. Okay, so that this is the area which we're going to expand the image into. Okay, now I'm going to hit enter, and that's going to lock that. Okay. Yep. Okay, so now what I want to do is take my little magic wand, select that area. Okay, now I'm going to go to select, modify, expand. 4 pixels is fine. So what that did is I took that white line and brought it down into here. Now we're going to go to edit, fill, and we're going to use content aware. Okay, and hit OK. And if it did the same thing that it did last time, it's going to think about it for a bit. Why did that expand? I'll explain that while it's happening. I did expand so that Photoshop kind of digs into the selection into what you want. Now, that did a good job. That didn't happen last time. That's Command D to deselect. That's really easy to fix. Come over here to where am I at? Patch tool. Hello. What's going on? Hello. Wake up. It's being slow. How many programs do I have open right now? Only 2. All right, and we're back. All right, sometimes it does that. So patch tool, come around, fucking grab it and just slide it. Oh. Nope. That's never happened before. This happens sometime. Oh, content aware. My bad. There we go. That's what I had to do. So now we have much more sky, and what we're going to do is we're going to go back to crop tool. Right click 1-to-1 square. So now we can get this a little bit more where it needs to be so it can fit in your picture frame. Get that where you want. Hit enter. Layer, flatten, Command S, it already saved it back over there in Lightroom. Command W, close the picture. Command Tab, back over here. Now we're not done. We're going to use the develop module in Lightroom. Oh yeah, you see how when I click basic, so these are all your adjustments. The same thing in Camera Raw. See how when I open one, the other one closes? Well, right click, that's solo mode. If solo mode is turned off, these all open and it gets fucking sloppy. So just use solo mode so that okay. So you got one open, then the next, then the next, and it really makes it. And do that over here. I don't do that on this side, by the way, because sometimes I want presets open at the same time as other stuff. So go to your basic curve. Exposure is fine. Clarity. That adds nice amount of pop. See how it kind of just, it's kind of like sharpening, but it's, I don't know really how to describe it. Vibrance, increasing your colors that are not saturated. Vibrance works better. Vibrance has its place, and so does saturation. Vibrance works by increasing non-saturated colors. So colors that are like super red, super blue, super yellow, super orange, they don't get touched. When they're less saturated, they get messed with. So see, the blue turns the blue super blue, the green super green. But see the red helmet? It doesn't really have far to go. So we're going to increase the vibrance a little bit, get that blue really blue in the background. Then we're going to go to detail, which is where your sharpening and noise reduction is. Color noise reduction, once it's worked, it is done. So like you slide it up, slide it up, slide it up, you see the color noise go away, and then it's done. Regular noise reduction takes out some in detail. This is not a very noisy photo. You always want to sharpen an image, especially raw images, because your camera, when it shoots JPEGs, does all this sharpening and contrast shit, and it does not do that to raw. So you always sharpen an image. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's going to look fine as a 5x5, and it'll fit in your picture frame. So then what I would do is go back to my library. Okay, here's that photo. You're going to go to export. And here's all your things. So you specify where you want it to go. It's going to go in desktop. It's going to export to a specific folder. Ken Coolman desktop. I'm going to put it in a subfolder Rondo, so that's whatever, okay? Custom name, here's your custom text Rondo sequence. Video is not whatever. JPEG, color space, sRGB is like screens and shit, high quality. Sharpen for screen, you're like, hey, we just sharpened it. Sharpen it again. Trust me. Okay, all metadata, no watermarks, post-processing. I'm gonna show in folder, hit export. And I should have done, I could have done this to all your photos. And there it is. Rondo 1, ready to send. Bazinga. So that's it. Later.